It's all good, folks. We have another version of Cubbug we can go ahead and use, which, yeah, might be bending rules a little bit, but who the hell cares? Nobody wants to watch our show anyway. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, and we defeat this dang cave-dwelling boy.
Hello.
Alright, listen up, you bub. You gotta get yourself to Bealbeach City, and I want you to head off Memphis' crew. I want you to take them out before they can get any further in the adventure. You got it?
Greetings once again, my lovely lords and ladies upon the YouTube. It is I, Sir Memphis, noble knight Adant of the Curry Kingdom, welcoming you to another day of our exciting adventures in the Tandor region as we prepare to conquer it in the name of the Curry Kingdom. I am to venture forth to the north here, as we shall be battling our Pokemon against those of other trainers, making them stronger, and I shall take on the 3rd gym, and then proceed to the 4th gym and the 5th gym as well, to make sure everything runs smoothly. Okay, well, we're not actually doing that, Sir Memphis, but we are going to be going north and training. It's Spooky who's going to be getting the 3rd gym. I still think this is a terrible idea, but regardless, joining me as always is Sir Alta. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again. And, of course, the lowly Goblin, who is unfortunately going to get all of our Pokemon killed not too long from now. Well, you keep saying that, but I'm the one who's been training all of our Pokemon, so I don't know why you're talking. Look, you sound a little bit different on the recording today. Is everything okay? Yeah, Memphis is actually trying something different with the editing to make my voice a little better to hear. But regardless, as you can see, I grinded all the Pokemon up to level 19, except for Josephine, who got a little extra here and there, so she's level 20. It is good that Lady Josephine is getting more love, and I also see that Necro hath evolved. How dare thee steal the joy of evolution from me, lowly Goblin? This was supposed to be mine. Or maybe if you actually bothered doing any grinding, you could have seen it actually evolve yourself, but you couldn't be bothered with that, could you? What? Okay, boys, let's not argue here. Our team is looking very fine. And I do notice that Carbarella is level 19 as well. So we might as well have, Sir Memphis pop a rare candy, and we can go ahead and just have her evolve right at the beginning here. I suppose that is a fair trade, although I'm still upset that I didn't get to evolve Sir Necro. It would have been quite good in of itself. Also, did we get another rare candy? Yeah, I talked to Professor Bamboo, and he gave me one for having captured 10 Pokemon, so we just have an extra one if we ever need it. Oh, it's our beautiful big Gyarados. I love it so much. Why is it another dragon? Just deal with it. It's going to be on our team for a long time now. Alright, show me them beautiful stats on our new beautiful water-flying dragon die. Oh my goodness, the attack stat on Carbarella is huge, and Intimidate is going to be a game changer. Truly, it is a mighty beast indeed. I cannot deny this, although I wish it was not a dragon, but regardless, seeing as our dragon is now a thing, I shall battle with it once to show off its power, before switching into other Pokemon that have yet to evolve. They shall be the Pokemon I shall focus training for today, more than any others. Alright, let's see how Carbarella does. Silence, Goblin, it is my time to shine here. Now watch as I destroy this lowly trainer and his weird-looking creature using our vicious dragon. Intimidate is going to be such a good ability to have, to be lowering the attack of these troublesome battlers. And now finally Carbarella has a better move. Oh no! Oh! Well, that is certainly not a good state for her first battle, but our dragon is able to destroy the enemy despite having taken a critical hit. To be fair, without intimidation, Carbarella probably would have been dead right there. And whose fault is that? You're the one who trained it, therefore if there's a problem, it is all because of you, lowly Goblin. You know what, Sir Memphis, I'm really getting sick and tired of the way you're acting. Pardon? I'm telling you that you're just out of line with all the comments that you've been making. I'm the one who's been training our Pokemon, and to be fair, you've had the easiest time of anybody in this group. I beg thy pardon! Okay, guys, let's calm down a little bit. No, you shut your mouth, Alter. I'm gonna be talking here. Ever since we started playing this game, I've been the one doing all the grinding for our team, and I've been getting all this flack for no good reason. You know, Sir Memphis has done only a little bit of grinding, and that was against the guy with all shin monks on his party. You got to take on the second gym, which was a much harder one than the first one. Sir Memphis got to fight a gym leader that was basically just a retired little lady with a bunch of cats. So I feel that Sir Memphis is just being unreasonable, and I'm really sick and tired of it. I cannot believe for a single moment that you are here talking to me as though you have the rights to criticize anything a noble knight has to say. I mean, this is implying that you are a noble knight in of itself. Pardon me! I mean, I've never seen you do much nobly. All you do is stick flags in people's backs and talk a lot of bad talk to me because you think I'm a goblin, which I am not a goblin. Fellas, can we just concentrate on the game today? No, Alter, we are concentrated on this, at least for now, because all you seem to care about is playing this game. Well, I was invited to this game to have fun, and all you want to do is play the game and get it done. But I want to enjoy myself, and I can't do that with Sir Memphis constantly talking down to me every time I so much as open my mouth. You are a lowly goblin, and you do not have the rights to open thy mouth. So still thy tongue. I have many more Pokémon to battle, and I shall be ensuring that our team members, as always, do not faint or die, because of all of us, I am the only one who hasn't lost a single Pokémon. Again, you've had such an easy time thus far. Of course you haven't lost any Pokémon. You haven't really done anything at all. Excuse me! If I could move from this Discord call and come over there, I would smite thee. Alright, well, do it then. Pardon? I said do it right now. You lowly goblin, how dare you! Enough! Boys, I know things have been rough since episode 4. We lost Sir Philip, but come on. I understand. We all have our issues. I have issues. I'm the one who got Sir Philip killed because I was acting like I knew what I was doing. Okay? I'll admit it. I made a misplay in the last episode and we lost our goated tank. There you go again, Altered. All you want to talk about is the game. Yes, you did mess up. Yeah, you do need to take account for that, but it's not just you. It's also Sir Memphis who just talks and talks and talks. Unlike you, lowly goblin, who loses bets and simply talks all day, I back up my words with critically made plays that ensure ultimate victory for our team. None of our Pokemon are fated under my watch, and they never shall, for my strengths are in my actions rather than simple words. You think all I do is talk? All I've done is trained up our Pokemon to the best of the abilities I have, and our Pokemon have been strong, but you have not trained anything except for beating up one little trainer who barely qualified as such. Such impertinence on thy part. You speak as though that thou art able to defeat the third gym. In reality is that when we get to that third gym, it shall be thee who shall loseth all of our Pokemon. I will not be losing any more Pokemon, and you have no basis for saying that. I lost a Pokemon due to just sheer bad luck. I was able to survive against that tough trainer, and I proved him that I can work under pressure. Let's see you work under pressure when you actually fight a competent trainer. Excuse me! Okay, enough! Guys, I'm sorry that I'm focusing so much on the game, because that's what we're doing. We're playing a game and we're supposed to be having fun together. That is the point of this game. More than winning, more than losing, more than proving anything, is for us to come together on this. And we just have to... We have to just accept that we are not perfect people. I am not perfect. Nobody is. And I want to get better at this with you guys. Alright? Can we at least come together for the evolution of Sir Smiles at the very least? I suppose I could do that. Yes, of course, Sir Smiles. Yes, of course. Still a ridiculous evolution, but we'll take it. Hey, Alter. What's up, Spooky? I'm really sorry about making everything so personal today. I'm just really upset at how I joined this group to have fun, and I just keep getting badmouthed for doing what I think is nothing wrong, you know? Maybe I'm wrong to think I've done nothing wrong, but I want to have fun too, you know? I understand, Spooky, and I know that you have done nothing wrong whatsoever. You know, your loss of a Pokemon was completely just by chance, and you have proven that you can battle, my man, and you have grinded our Pokemon up so beautifully, and there's nothing else to be said, man. You are just a great trainer, you know, and I think that you are going to just kick butt at the next gym. Thanks, Alter. I appreciate you saying that. Sir Memphis, is there something you'd like to say to the group, perhaps? What? What were you saying? I apologize, Sir Alter. I was listening to this jukebox thing we have on the Pokepad. It allows me to hear music in my head. It's quite the novel invention indeed. You know what? I'm just going to be the bigger man here, and I'm going to drop everything for now so that we can try to move forward. But it's good to hear that the lowly goblin is finally realizing how inept he is. But regardless, it appears that our rival, the little boy, has decided to go through this cave. However, this large man is preventing him from entering. Only the strong may go into this cave, and this boy is nothing of the sort. Probably going to end up in a battle later on, but for now, we're just going to be teaming up with our boy here. And I think he's going to heal up our Pokemon as well, so that's actually pretty good. Indeed, so now that we're here, do I get to catch myself a Pokemon? Can I leave? No, I can't leave at all, which is not necessarily great, but what have you made? But it appears that we have seen two Pokemon. What are the rules on this one? I'm pretty sure we get to pick our Pokemon here, so let's think about this really hard. Grozard is a definite thing that we can consider. It is a ground-type Pokemon. It's got some good move coverage. But I'm not sure about Kamite, because I forget if this thing is Psychic or something. If it is, Psychic could be pretty useful, although the Rock typing is generally pretty weak. Can I throw the Pokeball now? No, you're not going to be able to throw a Pokeball right now, because there's two Pokemon. Well, that is quite troublesome. Let me think about this. Alright, here is the plan. I shall send forth Sir Smiles, or not. What? I can't send forth my Pokemon. What's going on? Looks like you're gonna have to do something else, my man. If I attack one of their Pokemon, it will get knocked out. And then, Theo will destroy the other one. The only possible answer is to attack the Orchinx, so that I might then have a chance to capture one of these Pokemon. I know, I think that was actually Magic Bounce, so it looks like Grozard is going to be our capture here, provided that we're able to catch that Pokemon. Of course we'll capture the Pokemon. I am an expert at these, and I shall ensure it by throwing the Great Ball. It is the greatest of all balls that we could possibly have. Therefore, I have captured another creature in this cave. As to what we shall be naming this creature, it's a bit of a difficult one. If it was a man, I could call it something. Let's see. She reminds me of Lady Bethany, who was a much beloved lady of the Kerry Kingdom until her untimely passing many years ago. Therefore, I shall be naming her Lady Beth, and she shall be sent to our PC box with other Pokemon for the future. Well, it's nice to finally have some reserves on our party, so it's all good in the hood. Now we just need to keep training up our Pokemon. So many Dunsparces and Comites. Part of me kind of wishes we had a Comite, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of neat, and I imagine it's got psychic powers too. But rock types are just such a hit or miss type of Pokemon. Probably a good time for, I don't know, the comment question of the day. Well, to be quite honest, Sir Alta, I don't even think we should bother with such a thing. No one has answered a single one of our commenting questions, therefore, why bother to ask them anymore? Actually, I had an idea for what we could do about the comment questions. How about instead of a comment question, we come up with, like, a discussion between the players, and then we make a post on YouTube, maybe? Like a what do you call them? A poll. We make a poll for people to answer, and we see who's right. That is a fairly competent idea from you, lowly goblin. Now here is, of course, the question for today. That is, who do you think is the finest trainer here in our group? Is it myself, Sir Memphis, Sir Alter, or the lowly goblin? Answer in the post, and we shall discuss it on the next day's venture, which will be very appropriate when we see that the lowly goblin is in dead last place, and he will be destroying all of our team. Alright, well now you're in this battle for your life against the Fularog, which we should say that water Pokemon as well as poison Pokemon are still kind of a weakness of our team. We don't have any electric Pokemon, seeing as Dirt Dud is unfortunately not with us anymore. So we really need to find a Pokemon that either is electric type or can learn electric type moves so that we have the coverage for that. I will say, we keep running into the same Pokemon in this place. I wish there was a bit more variety here. I mean, it is still a cave, much like, you know, the last cave we were in. So we're going to be seeing lots of Tonemies, and we're going to see a lot of Grozards, and even some Dunsparces. It's weird, though, we haven't seen a Berull. I'm implying that Berull is more of a regional Pokemon than, you know, Comite would be. Yeah, I would say that Comite is to this cave as Berull is to the last cave. So, we might not be seeing a lot of Berulls in the future. That is my tongues, I am defeating our Pokemon here. Why do you insist on talking of such nonsensical things as what could or could not be? Speak only of what is true and just, such as the Curry Kingdom, of course. I do feel the need to bring up the Curry Kingdom so much, because the people of this region are in dire need of the blessings of the Lord above and of the Curry Kingdom. If they do not have those things, this whole region shall fall to ruin. It would appear that we are nearing... There is something up ahead, why don't we see? Let us first journey the other way first. Not because I'm scared or anything, but because I wish to make sure that we have found all potential items in this area before we proceed further. We do not know if this cave will collapse on us. I mean, I guess it's possible that the cave could collapse on us for a while. There was that rock slide up towards Nautok City, so it could happen. So, probably a smart idea to go ahead and check around first. So, with the potential of this next area containing a really strong Pokemon, do you think that you'll evolve Chewy before fighting that Pokemon, or after? Well, it would be quite ignorant and foolhardy of me to go in unprepared. Although I believe in the Lady Chewy that she will be able to take on anything, it could be a good idea to make sure that she has evolved. Although we still don't know exactly when that will be. I shall raise her one more level, and if she hasn't evolved, we shall be going into the fight regardless of what we are up against. But she shall simply have to prove once more that she has that dog in her. Our Lady Chewy is strong as she is, and with this battle, should giving her enough experience to level up once more, that afterwards we might face whatever horrors that live in this cave. We must cleanse it in the name of God and country, so that the people of the Tandor region may venture through this cave towards the king's, official arrival once we've conquered the region. Is King Karibo actually going to show up? Not likely! He doesn't leave the Curry Kingdom often, because as he himself has said, it is a terrible idea. That's a really vague answer, but yeah, Chewy did level up, and it looks like it's just enough for her to evolve. Finally! Rise up, the true form of Sir Philip! Suddenly I am fortunate and glad that Sir Philip died, but I do not wish him to look like this horrifying abomination. Oh, come on. You don't like Nymflora? Look at it. It's horrifying looking. What on earth am I looking at? It's some sort of bizarre, furry, butterfly, dragon, cat thing. What on earth am I looking at? Well, regardless of how you feel about it, I would say this is a really strong Pokemon. Its special defense is a little low, which isn't the best for a Pokemon that's weak to poison and fire and things to be. But it's got a really good speed on it. It's got, fairly decent attack stats to it. Could be a little better displayed here, but it's, you know, it's a good Pokemon. If we get some better moves on it, it's definitely going to carry us far. Silence, Goblin! I don't need to hear your commentary. I have a Pokemon to defeat, and I shall be using a horrifying new creature to do it with. You say that it's horrible looking, but it's going to be cracked when it's time for the next gym. Water ground will tremble beneath the feet of Chuai. Regardless, it seems that we have entered the end of the tunnel, and something is ravaging the ground, and I'm feeling a tremor. Quite indeed, the tremor. Well, it seems that we've finally gotten rid of little Theo. He ran away like the little coward that he is. Regardless, it'll be quite fine, I feel. Let us see forth what monstrous creature is here. Good lord, what is that? That is the evolved form of Lady Beth. And it's going to be a really tough Pokemon to face. Not on my watch! Lady Chuai will simply drain the life out of it and destroy it in a single blow. Oh, perhaps not. Well, thankfully, thanks to Chuai's ability, it's going to reflect any growls back on the Turlard here, so that's going to be really, really good for this fight. I'd say so. Turlard does not stand a chance against our goated butterfly fairy thing. Although, magnitude 9 might still hurt. Not even in the slightest. Although, I would ask how it even worked on Lady Chuai. She is clearly floating. How would that even work? I guess it's just falling debris and stuff, but there you go. Turlard is down for the count. Shame we couldn't have had that as our encounter, but it's what it is. And Chuai takes care of another Pokemon. Seems we have reached yet another route. That means I get another Pokemon. Good lord, we're still quite a ways out from the next town. How far is it? It's actually going to be quite a while before we get to the next town, which is good, because we have a lot of grinding left to do. Does this mean that the Lonely Goblin won't be getting an adventure? For at this rate, we're not going to have the next town in sight for quite a while indeed. No, Sir Memphis, I know how much you want to steal all the spotlight, but Spooky is facing the next gym whether you like it or not. Passes. Well, regardless, I might as well catch myself another Pokemon to go into the box. I shall send forth Sinecro. The simple reason, he is the lowest level Pokemon next to our starting Pokemon, and I believe that he will be able to defeat a Pokemon without killing it. So let us see what for. Well, it appears that Sir Dud has returned from the dead. That is, in fact, the evolution, so how do we rule that in terms of, you know, duplication clause and things? I think we might as well just catch the darn thing. It's nice to just have, like, the revived spirit of Derp Dud. I don't think this thing will be as powerful as Derp Dud, but might as well keep it on the team. Very well, I shall make certain that this Pokemon shall be our friend and shall serve in the forces of the Kelly Kingdom. I have put it to sleep thanks to Sir Necro's ability. Do you think that Sir Necro will evolve again, Sir Alta? I don't actually know. I never used this Pokemon. I kind of feel like it's like Meowth, so maybe it won't, but maybe it will. It's hard to tell. We'll just have to keep hoping as it levels up that it evolves somehow. I just don't know how it would do that. Regardless, I've counted forth our Connect Monk, which, useful as it is going to be, will be an Electro-type Pokemon, and I shall be naming it something, let's see. Well, it is a lady. We shall call it Lady Derp, for it is, of course, the female version of our late Derp Dud. I shall be training ourselves up to the Rockfall Tunnel, after which I think Route 7 and the next gym will be for the Goblin to fail at. For now, I shall be heading forth to this town, into the hills, and I shall end today at the mouth of the Rockfall Tunnels. Alright, well now we need to explore this town and see if there's any supplies that we can get. Any sort of TMs would be great, or a Pokemon that will, I don't know, trade for us. That would be pretty neat. Indeed, having more Pokemon would be quite good. I would prefer them to simply hand over their Pokemon, while lowly peasants need to make themselves available to lordly knights that are also traveling with a lowly goblin. So now we come to an interesting proposition here. This woman is offering to trade our Tofu Rang For a Pokemon called I can't pronounce that one. Well, I'm not really comfortable with trading away Sir Smiles by any standard. I don't even know what a Polish is supposed to be, so maybe we'll hold off on that one until we know what exactly we're dealing with. I don't want to trade away a good Pokemon for nothing. Oh, it's time to move on. I'd say that this place was quite disappointing. No one gave us any sort of free things, but regardless, it seems that the local scribe is here for some random reason. There's been an emergency at the Cypress Lab, and somebody is in trouble. Therefore, as noble knights and goblin, we must ensure that the enemies of the kingdom are smited, and we are rescuing people and getting rewarded for doing so. Oh, this turned into an adventure and a half. I didn't actually know there was going to be story here. It appears that someone has stolen something from the lab. So we need to go and find this thief and, I guess, take back whatever they stole. A lowly thief, eh? I am quite adept at capturing those. Let us go forth and smite this lowly thief where he stands. Alright, looks like our next port of call is clear. We need to head to Route 6, catch another Pokemon, and find the guy who stole the Pokemon translator device or whatever from this lab. And also a bunch of other Pokemon that got stolen along with it. Indeed, someone who would steal Pokemon is quite the foe indeed. They're clearly up to no good, and we must smite them where they stand. Also, there's more trainers. Get out of my way, random trainer. I have more important business than to destroy a small child. It would appear that the Pokemon that were stolen from the lab are now attempting to attack us. That is kind of odd that they would try to do that. What on earth are they thinking? I don't think they're thinking much at all, Spooky. We're just going to have to take them out one by one. I wish we could non-fatally destroy them, but we don't have any sort of Pokemon toys to force them to escape here. We're going to have to take them out one by one. Sir Memphis, are you gonna fight it? I am trying to fight it. It won't stop moving. Get ahead of it. Oh, that works quite well indeed. Very good. Get out of the way, little owl creature. I will take you back to your holding cell, where you belong, little owl creature. You have no right to be outside of your cage. It's kind of a horrible thing to say there. Yeah, man, it's nothing wrong with an owl Pokemon wanting to be free. Silence, fools! I need to make sure that we destroy everything in our way. Regardless, I shall be now getting our Pokemon healed up. Thanks to all these berries we happen to have in our pocket. Let's see, where is this lowly thief? Thief! What on earth is that creature? No, I can't! Oh my lord, it's a spring onion. Yeah, it seems like this is a Pokemon of some sort.
What are you doing, human? Are you trying to enslave the Pokemon again? They've been freed from your clutches, they won't be your business anymore! Darling Kid is here, the Pokemon hero!
Oh, hey then, this is getting a little weird. We're just gonna have to fight you now, little buddy. It is quite a comical looking creature, and it's using its own Pokemon. A Pokemon using Pokemon is weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but thankfully we should be able to take this thing out no problem. I don't know what type Lunapup is, but you're just gonna have to brute force it there. Indeed, brute force is the name of Sir Necro's game. It is what he is best at, of course, and using our return attack will allow us to knock out any Pokemon that this lowly garlic creature would attempt to use against us. The critical hit felt like it was kind of unnecessary, but we'll take it anyway. It doesn't matter what we use. It seems that Sir Necro is simply too potent for anything that this trainer has to offer. They're not even a real trainer. They're a Pokemon. They need to get back in their Pokeball. That is where they belong. Would you actually say that about our Pokemon, though, Sir Memphis? I mean, they're part of the team after all. True, they are part of the team, but they must also stay in the ball. Also, we are victorious, and this lowly garlic wishes to destroy us, but we have destroyed them. Go free, little ones! Back to your Pokeballs!
Comrades! You're going back to the place! Why?
Because a smart, lowly garlic creature, and you shall be going into the ball soon enough. As soon as you stop talking, I can Oh, perhaps I won't be capturing it. Well, it appears that we now have the EXP share, which is nice to have, but considering switch training is something we do just fine, I doubt we're going to use it too much. Indeed, better to have all of our Pokemon battle, rather than having one not battle and getting less experience. It would appear that there are quite a few trainers here. I was hoping that we were nearing the end of today, but while I am always prepared to destroy my enemies, there are quite a few of them, and I don't need to destroy that many children. How are we to rule over this kingdom if, of course, we destroy all the citizenry? We need to at least leave some of them alive to be ruled over, of course. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, this Lunapop has Mold Breaker, a really powerful ability. Something to look towards if we ever encounter Lunapop as one of our encounters. I have found the secret power, clearly a sign from the Lord. He is prepared to give his assistance to his servants of the Cutting Kingdom. Also, I found an Ultra Ball, clearly a gift from Sir Deptan. Right, well, regardless, here's our encounter here. It looks like we'll be catching Tancoon after all. Not exactly the Pokemon I was hoping to find, but one cannot be choosy here. I shall strike it low, I shall use the Yawn ability, and that should be enough to capture this Pokemon quite easily. I will say, Sir Memphis, I'm surprised you kept Yawn on Necro, considering that it takes so long to work. Well, Lonely Goblin, I would say it works quite well. Being able to put a Pokemon to sleep, even if it takes a turn, is quite a handy thing to have, especially when capturing them. Regardless, I shall capture this Pokemon, and I already know what I shall be calling it. I shall throw forth... Oh. Apparently we've already captured our Pokemon in this area. That must have been Kinetmonk. I thought this was a new area too, but, you know, whatever. We don't really need a Tancoon after all, so whatever. Cousin, I was going to name it after Sir Bors. He is quite the chap, and he would have loved having a Pokemon named after him. Regardless, I do plan on facing off against this veritable army of training Pokemon trainers at some point in the future. Right now, we need to move ahead. Good lord, how many different places are there to go in this place? Well, it looks like there's a veritable army of trainers, so honestly, I wouldn't fault you for just, you know, finding a good place to save here, Sir Memphis. I know you want to battle every trainer, and you're going to be the one grinding them this time, my man. Spooky has done his good job of training Pokemon. It's time for you to experience what he did. Well, I suppose you're correct on that respect. As much as I wish to have the Lowly Goblin do everything, as that is his purpose in life, I suppose it would not be a terrible thing for me to do some of this training, considering I have been the one to evolve all of our Pokemon today. Yeah, I think it's time for you to do some of this, so that next episode, I'll do a little bit of the grinding too. I'm not expecting you to do all of it, but I need to do some while you do some, and then on the next episode, I can face off against the third gym. Indeed, Lowly Goblin. Much as I still don't believe you capable of doing it, I shall acquiesce, and you may take on the third gym. If you lose any more of our Pokemon, we shall disown you. Okay, well, how about another bet then? Oh, Lord Spooky, please don't do another bet, man. Indeed, Lowly Goblin, what is the second bet you wish to do? I've already beaten you before. What is it this time? Alright, so for this second bet, I'm going to bet that I can beat the third gym without losing a single Pokemon. If I win, you can't call me a goblin anymore. If you win, if I lose a single Pokemon, you guys can replace me on the team. Okay, no! Yes, indeed, Lowly Goblin, this is quite the fair trade. While it will be a shame to not call you a goblin if by some miracle you somehow manage to win, I will take this bet so that I might see you kicked off the party, and of course, thrown into a well or something. I don't know. We'll get rid of you one way or another, regardless. This bet is approved. Regardless, it looks like Necro is looking really good. He might not be the best Pokemon for the next gym, but he certainly has enough power behind him. I don't think Necro will be a hindrance whatsoever. Indeed, for Sir Necro is a stone-cold killing machine, and thanks to the return ability, is able to do quite a bit of damage. Regardless, my lords and ladies upon the YouTube, that will be all for today's venture. We have journeyed forth quite a bit, we have battled our Pokemon mightily, and there are still a lot of Pokemon to be battled against. I would battle them all right now, but of course the little goblin still has to do their grinding as well. So we shall conclude for today. Maybe not the most adventurous of adventures today, but it's what we gotta do to make sure that everyone in the party is able to have themselves a gym or two. You know, it's very important because we don't know where the story's gonna go at some point. At some point, someone's gonna be able to do more gyms than others, so you just want to make sure that everyone has their equal opportunity to get a gym fight in. So we're gonna grind up a little bit off screen, and then next episode grind a little bit more before we fight off against the third gym leader. Yeah, it's gonna be time for Spooky Memphis to prove once and for all that he belongs on this team. Or to get kicked off of it. Regardless, my lords and ladies, I, Sir Memphis, noble knight Alan of the Good Kingdom, bid thee a fond and farewell, and we shall see thee again next week, where we shall be battling the third gym, and all of our Pokemon shall die. What?